Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be writing this logarithmic expression as a sum and or difference of two logs, so basically just expanding it. So let's just jump right into it. So the first thing I notice here is the 2/3, this outside exponent, and we know these exponents, we can write them in front of the natural log. So we can write it as what was the exponent times the natural log of x minus 4 squared over x squared minus 1. So we have that. And then the next thing I notice is we're taking the natural log of a quotient. And when you have the natural log of a quotient, you can write it as the natural log of the numerator minus the natural log of the denominator. So we have 2/3, I'll put parentheses here. We have the natural log of the numerator minus the natural log of the denominator. Okay. And then the next thing I notice is this exponent here. Again, powers or exponents can be moved to the front of the log. Okay, that's equivalent. So I'm going to move that 2 in front of the natural log of x minus 4. And I also notice that I have the natural log of a difference of two squares. So I can factor that. So I have minus the natural log of x minus 1 times x plus 1, because that's a difference of two squares. Okay, so I continue, and I see this right here, the natural log of a product. When you have the natural log of a product, you can take the natural log of one factor and add it to the natural log of the other factor. So let's write that. So minus, so I have the natural log of x minus 1 plus the natural log of x plus 1. Okay, and then I want to distribute this negative sign throughout the sum of these two logs. So let me write that. So minus times the natural log of x minus 1 minus times this minus the natural log of x plus 1. Okay. And so then last, I want you to take 2/3 and multiply it to all of this in here. So we have 2/3 times 2 natural log of x minus 4, which is 4/3 times the natural log of x minus 4, right? Because 2/3 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, and then 2 in fraction form can write over 1. 3 times 1 is 3. So we're just multiplying two fractions. And then 2/3 times the negative natural log of x minus 1 would be negative 2/3 natural log of x minus 1. And here we have 2/3 times the negative natural log of x plus 1, which would be a negative 2/3 times the natural log of x plus 1. Okay, and that is it. This is the expanded form of this logarithmic expression, the natural log of x minus 4 squared over x squared minus 1, all to the 2/3. So so we expanded one. Let's contract one. Let's make one smaller. So here we have this sum and difference of logs, natural logs. So we want to write it as one logarithmic expression. So I have the natural log of x over x minus 1 plus the natural log of x plus 1 over x minus the natural log of x squared minus 1. So the first thing I notice is I have a sum of two logs. And so that's how I work. I just work left to right. So if I have the sum of two logs with the same base, I can take the product of each argument. So I can take the natural log and the product of these two, the natural log of x over x minus 1 times x plus 1 over x. So I end up having this. I have minus the natural log of x squared minus 1 over here. Okay. So again, I had the sum of two logs with the same base, so I can take the product of their arguments and write it as one log. Now I'm subtracting two logs with the same base. When you subtract, you take the quotient of the two arguments. So the first argument of the natural log of x over x minus 1 times x plus 1 over x divided by the argument of the second log. So we have x squared minus 1. Okay. And so I can clean this up in here. Now x squared minus 1 written in fraction form would be over 1. So what you do, right, when you are multiplying is when you're dividing, is you multiply by the reciprocal, right? I flip this around. And so now I have this, I'm multiplying these three rational expressions. Now what I notice here is this is a difference of two squares. So I'm going to go ahead and factor that. So 1 over x minus 1 times x plus 1. Let's have a difference of two squares. And then when I start multiplying the rational expressions, I'm going to divide the common factors. So anything in the numerator can cancel out with anything in the denominator. So these two x's are the same factors. So I can, those divide and we get 1. X plus 1 and x plus 1, both of those are the same factor. So they divide as well and you get 1. So I have the natural log of, I have 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. And then x minus 1 times x minus 1 is x minus 1 all squared. And that's it. That's your answer. That's this sum difference of these logs, these natural logs, written as one natural log. So natural log of 1 over x minus 1 squared. All right, well, I hope that helped. And I have many other videos on other topics. And I hope you go check those out. But yeah, that is all I have for now. We did one example where we expanded. We just had the natural log of something and we expanded it out. And we wrote it as a sum and or difference of logs. And then we did one where it was expanded and we wrote it as one log. Okay, guys. Well, that is all I have for today. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.